Dean Ambrose, in my opinion, is going to win this match because I look at these other people in this ladder match right here. Do you guys really think that a character like Kevin Owens would be suited
He'd
for
be the
the money in the
smartest.
Bank briefcase? I just don't
I
see
could
it.
see that.
I no I don't.
Knowing how slimy Kevin Owens is, I could see
He'd be
him
the
with Money in the Bank.
yes, he'd be the smartest Money
But
in the
I'm but
Bank
I'm think
winner.
but I'm thinking about in terms of like what this actually does for Kevin Owens because we all
Yeah,
know he doesn't technically need the briefcase. He is above that. And I feel out of everyone in that ladder match, the only man that would really benefit at this moment from that briefcase is Dean Ambrose because
oh
And
Dean
that's
yeah,
why I don't want him to win. Because I
but
know
this is
he's just riding the coattails of the Shield, and I fucking
and
hate
that's
that.
true.
but Jay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. With Kevin Owens, I mean, I look at it from a future standpoint. I don't see the guy being ever in a position where he would need to cash that in, especially during the next year or so. I think Kevin Owens still needs some time to develop, establish himself, further create that journey for himself before getting the world title. I mean,
He had the
I don't know.
opportunity last year,
I just think
and they
WWE
fucked it up.
I just think WWE needs to be more cautious. Out of everybody in this match, they need to be the most cautious with Kevin Owens because a guy like that, you could easily just completely kill everything he has going for him by giving him the briefcase,
You
putting the
mean
title on him
last year
quickly.
wasn't the case?
What do you,
You
wait,
mean
See,
what are you
last
talking
year
about?
wasn't the case?
See, I think I get what you're saying, Lucas. You look at Kevin Owens as more of a long term investment, and you
Yeah,
don't want to take the risk of having him like him. You don't want to take the risk of having him be fucked over by Money in the Bank.
right.
All right,
Out of out of everybody in this match, he would be the most scrutinized, in my opinion, by having that briefcase. It would feel like it's something that's being limited for him. Like it's a restriction on Kevin Owens. That's the way I see it. If he were to hold on to that
Yes.
briefcase, because we all know what would happen if he were to win the briefcase. What would happen is for the next few months he would go on a losing streak, or he's just going to be sitting around holding the briefcase, not doing damn
Um,
shit. And that honestly would piss me off the most for Kevin Owens. As far as Dean Ambrose is concerned, like I don't see what the problem would be if he were to cash in quickly. That doesn't mean anything. Go ahead. Give the guy with the most momentum right now from that ladder match, give him the briefcase. It makes the most
what
sense.
momentum has
The
he
only
had?
momentum he has is because fucking Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are feuding over the world championship. That
But
wasn't
come on, so you
anything
guys
that has that
wait.
wasn't anything Dean Ambrose did. It's
So you,
hey, well, we used to be in a group together, so shit, I got that means I got momentum.
so you guys are
No,
gonna tell
fuck
me
that.
you don't want. So you're telling me you don't want to see the Shield triple threat match? Something we've all wanted
Hell
to see.
yeah, that's what I'm telling
I
you.
So then
wanna
what's the
Hell
problem?
yeah. I'm in
So
a
then what's the
position right now
problem?
where I don't like any of those motherfuckers. All of their characters are trash right now.
And,
All
and
of
again,
them.
and
There
again,
used
and
to be a
again,
point where I was excited about the Shield triple threat, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh, okay, well, I wanted to see this match, for a long friggin' time, but I'm gonna accept it now because they're shooting a rocket to Dean Ambrose's ass and elevating him to the level of the main event when he does not belong there. And then
and
you have
again,
Roman
again.
Reigns and Seth Rollins. They have their own issues that they need to work out. I don't want them going back and dredging up the past with this Shield bullshit and creating some Frankenstein monster. I want it to be
and
alive.
again, it goes back to the situation where it kind of stems in with like the how people want to see the Shield triple threat, but also see the Shield like actually get back together. Here's the thing: whether the Shield triple threat happens or whether the Shield get back together happens, all three need to be established first. All three need
They
to
are
have
already established. They are
Dean
established.
Ambrose isn't. He is not established.
He's not.
He
He's
is
still
not
suffering
established.
based off of what happened at WrestleMania.
And I agree with that, but the bottom line is when you're comparing everybody in this ladder match, he's the one that makes the most sense. If I'm WWE, I'm
Yes.
gonna put the briefcase on Dean Ambrose. I'm sorry, but it's the only logical thing going forward here. The other choices do not make any sense. Cesaro,
honestly,
come on, you're gonna tell me Cesaro is gonna be Mr. Money in the Bank? No. Sami Zayn?
honestly-
No.
When we're
Honestly-
talking about characters, I think that it would work better with Kevin Owens, and it kind of like
Yes.
because I understand a lot of the issues that come along with Money in the Bank, and how sometimes instead of it being a rocket to the top, it can be an anchor and hold you down. But one thing that I do have to admit when it comes to what that briefcase is and what it provides for the person that's holding it, it plays into the type of person that Kevin Owens is. He's a slimy son of a bitch. He's known for taking shortcuts to the top. You could just look at the way that he manipulated the situation with Sami Zayn down in NXT, where he whooped Sami Zayn's ass and made it so that Sami Zayn begged for a match with him.
For the championship. And then he said,
you know what? Before that, how did he get that championship match? He said, I know how much you want to get me in that ring. You will not get me in that ring until you put your damn championship on the line. He manipulated the entire situation to get himself a championship match, and he was successful at that. Using money, and I could just see him telling somebody to their damn face, telling whoever's the champion, I'm going to torture you. And just know that I'm going to be waiting. And whenever I want to become champion, damn it, I'm going to become champion. And there's nothing that you can do about it. I'm telling you exactly what I'm going to do right now. And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to stop me. That works for Kevin Owens.
You want to know what's kind of like, what's the pretty much the focal point of all of this? If you really think about it, storyline wise and logically, neither of these guys should be winning that briefcase if you think about it, because WWE has just marginalized most of these guys in meaningless feuds and like 50-50 BS to the point to where it's that Money in the Bank is a get out of jail free card for WWE, and yes. They know it. So it honestly really defeats the purpose of Money in the Bank, and it really just stems further on whether it should be around or not. Like seriously, Sami Zayn, he has no purpose of winning because again, his character is not established enough. Del Rio, he's been marginalized to the point to where he's not that credible. Cesaro, I mean, he just hasn't had enough momentum behind him. Chris Jericho, at this point in his career, like he shouldn't be weighing that just because he's the veteran, he should not be winning it because he should be going back.
Cass, there's always going to be contestants in the ladder match that are obviously not going to win it.
But still, if I can't like buy any of the competitors or even think that they're legitimately ready for that Money in the Bank briefcase, then honestly, then what's the point of having the match?
So you can't buy Dean Ambrose being a main eventer. Are you absolutely out of your mind?
Right now,
if he did not lose the Rollins feud, if he had not lost the Bray Wyatt feud, if he did not lose the Lesnar feud, yes, I would have him as a main eventer. But as far as right now, like Lucas, I'm surprised you're even getting me on my ass about this. I've told you before, I've lost a lot of points to Dean Ambrose ever since the match with Lesnar. Like seriously, we do not have short-term memory loss. We know what happened. Just sticking Dean Ambrose to Chris Jericho for a meaningless feud and having him win that doesn't help his case. And again, neither of these guys honestly should.
The match fucking sucked. Where
and again, logically, neither of these guys should be winning it. So out of a desperation call, I'm gonna go with Dean Ambrose, unfortunately.
And yeah, thank you. That you used the exact word that I was trying to get the point across with. Desperation. If I'm WWE, the guy that makes the most sense here.
That doesn't mean it's right.
Well, hell, it's right now. And I'm going to address the little Rollins versus Reigns match situation when the whole Shield thing later. Because trust me, it's good. If you think this was something, you got something else coming soon.
Yeah, like if you want to talk about who I think WWE is going to put the briefcase on, it's going to be Dean Ambrose. Like that's what I think WWE is going to do, but it's fucking cheap and I don't like it. Don't like it at all. But what do you?
It's got to be Ambrose. Yeah, it's got to be Ambrose. I'm sorry, but I am not going to risk putting the briefcase on a guy like Kevin Owens when
say that like Dean Ambrose is a sure bet. What makes you think he is?
Because
what makes you think that the same shit that can happen with Kevin Owens can't happen with Dean Ambrose.
Because
this guy has had a pattern of fuck ups in WWE.
But the difference is Ambrose is not going to be the guy that they're going to have him holding the briefcase for 10 months up to a year. He's going to cash it in right away. I can guarantee it. A guy like Kevin Owens, you could see Vince McMahon in the back. No, not now.
And there's the thing.
2 months from now? No, not now.
If Owens had not lost the feud with Cena, and if they would have just kept that good momentum going with him, I could have bought him money. I could have bought him being in the main event last year and beyond.
Shit, he wouldn't have even needed Money in the Bank.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. Like seriously, it's just like, again, if like I said, Owens is just lost. He's lost some points at me ever since the Cena feud. Like he's had his up and down booking as well. Like seriously, not even him, unfortunately, is good enough to win Money in the Bank. But they're gonna do it because it's desperate, and I fucking hate it.